Perhaps the most important function of international law is to determine which bits of earth and sea belong to which countries. A nation is defined by the extent of its territory, and over human history, many wars have been fought over the specific location of borders. In this case, there was a dispute between Great Britain and Norway about Norway's maritime border in the North Sea. British fishing ships had been fishing in waters which Norway claimed as her own. Norway claimed all the waters within 4 nautical miles from its baseline. Britain agreed that this was appropriate. Normally, the baseline is the low water mark, that is, the shoreline at low tide. Norway, however, was a bit different. Just off the coast, running up and down the coast, were a series of hundreds of rocky outcrops like little islands. In a geographic sense, though, these were really connected to the mainland. Norway, for hundreds of years, had counted these rocky outcrops as part of its mainland territory. So as far as Norway was concerned, the baseline was not the low tide mark on the beach. Instead, the baseline was the outer line of these rocky outcrops. This extended Norway's territorial waters into the area where the British had been fishing. The International Court of Justice examined the dispute. Now, there are a number of ways that international law can be developed. The most obvious way is by nations making treaties and conventions. Another way, though, is what we call customary law. Customary law reflects the ways that nations dealt with one another before we had a more formal system of international law. The court found that Norway had used the rocky outcrops as its baseline for centuries, and that other nations, including Great Britain, had allowed them to do so. The court said, "The historical data produced by the Norwegian government lends some weight to the idea of the survival of traditional rights over fishing grounds. Such rights, founded on the vital needs of the population and attested by very ancient and peaceful usage, may legitimately be taken into account in drawing a line which, moreover, appears to the court to have been kept within the bounds of what is moderate and reasonable." Norway was therefore allowed, in accordance with customary international law, to calculate its territorial waters from the edge of the rock outcrops.